How's it? Today's Monday. It's a new week. It's the 25th. I have 3 weeks of school left. Pretty exciting. There's just a ton of snatch stuff. So power snatch, hang snatch complex, snatch pull, floating snatch pull complex, snatch push press, overhead squat complex. I think today went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how my hip has been feeling. Last week I did up to 155 for one power plus two hang snatches. Today I did 165 for one power, two hang snatches. Last week my hips kind of felt a little bit off on some of them, but today I think it flipped. So if there was a percentage off, so say like 60% of them were off and then 40% of them were on, today would have been 60% on and 40% off. So things are starting to trend up, and I'm pretty happy with how that's going. One thing that Steve mentioned today towards the end of our call was that all this weightlifting stuff, I shouldn't have to try too hard for the weightlifting stuff. So that's the thing that I've been thinking about, because I definitely had to try for these. It wasn't like easy. The power snatches were all easy, like no question about that. But the second hang snatch was just, it took a lot out of me. I think it's mainly my upper back, not my hips, not my legs. Kind of strange thing to say that it's not my hips or my legs, because I haven't squatted for real in like 2 months. So that's a thing. So this is my last set before 165, and then I stuck with 165 for 5 sets. Steve was saying that hopefully maybe I'll be able to get to like 85 or so. So 85 kilos is just like 187, I think. For this complex, this exact complex. So power plus two hangs in a few weeks. So today I did, what is this, 75. This is my first set. I'm a lot more, it feels like I'm a lot more fearless when I get down into the hole. Like I extend and then I get to overhead, and then wherever my hips are, I just kind of sink straight down, and that seems to be keeping my hips together, and it looks like I'm not injured at all. Like when I extend and then I get down to the end range of motion. Like that right there. I haven't felt like that in quite some time. That one was a little forward, step forward there. So this next set is the 4th set, and it's the one I sent to Steve because my 5th set, my wrist started to give me some problems, so it looked a little bit off. But watch how straight these guys go on the side angle. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that went. One thing I was thinking about, kind of, that started to become a problem towards the end of the sets, was my ability to maintain tightness at the bottom, so right here. So with the lighter weights, I can do it no problem, and the bar just flies. It's like I stay a lot closer into the kinetic chain. That was a really good bar path on that one. A little bit forward there. But yeah, so if I can maintain super tight upper back and arms through like the first pull from the ground, then I can get a lot of height on the bar through extension here. So I move into that little snatch pull plus floating snatch pull. 5 sets starting at 185, go up to 200. So I do 185, 90, 95, and then 200, 200. So I wasn't sure how this was going to feel on my hip. Pulling from the floor is okay, but I don't do this portion of the movement right here, right past my knee all the way back down. That's not something I articulate my hips through. So I didn't know how to, like, what to expect. It was okay. These could have definitely been better. It's something I haven't practiced in such a long time that it just feels like a foreign movement altogether. And then I moved into the snatch push press with the overhead squat. So this was an interesting one. So these first 2 warm-up sets, I'm pushing my knees really, really, really far forward. I'm just letting my hips sit quite literally as close to my heels as I can. And doing that, my upper back I'm able to hold the weight, and it's strong enough for me to not really think about my upper body. But when I get to the weight, so this is 210, I do 210 for 3 sets of 2 plus 1. So getting to this weight, I wasn't able to just think about how my legs are moving. I am thinking a lot about holding this thing over my head. So when I get to the bottom of the squat, I'm not in the same position I was for when I was warming up. And I know that's like a thing I'll develop with time as I get stronger overhead, like stronger upper back and upper body for this. But last week I did 220, like up to 1 for 220, and it felt very similar to this. I think these were a little bit better. I was able to manipulate my hips a little bit better and keep my legs stacked, or my hips stacked on my leg for a little bit longer than I would have otherwise. Yeah, so I ended up getting all of them. I didn't miss any. That was a very close last one for the step, but pretty happy with how that went. After that, I did some weighted pull-ups, heavy triples up to whatever triple I could. So I get to 50, so 50 is the next set after this one. And I was debating on whether or not I should push it or just keep it at 50. And I ended up making the decision to push to 60. I think it's a good decision. I think it's the right decision. Like these are hard. These 3 were hard for this 50, but I rested a little bit longer, and then I was able to grind out on 60. So here it is, 60. I know last week I did 70, but last week I also didn't do pulls. Oh, and I didn't snatch as heavy. Last week I just did deadlifts instead, which I don't think are as taxing on my upper back. And then I did some back off sets, 3 sets of 5 at like 25 pounds. Yeah, 25 pounds. First set here is easy. Third set is a pretty big struggle. So I think I made the right choice to go up to 60 instead of 50, and 70 would have definitely been out of the question for my top triple. After that, I did some ab wheel stuff. Just 3 sets of 10. I like how these feel. These are not super hard, and maybe one day I'll be able to get it from standing, but for the time being, I think they work in whatever capacity of core exercise I want it to be. Yeah. Again, overall, I think today was such a really good day of training. My hips are starting to feel normal again, and I'm wondering if just squatting for a while will start to help that out altogether. But yeah, thank you for watching. That'll be all. Shoots.